from my driver's license to my voter registration to where I go to sleep at night. So I'm asking where you're basing your lie on.
If you
You
call
have
it a
noth-
lie, again, that's
Again,
you.
you
You
have
call it a lie
nothing to
because
support it.
you think that you're lying, but
Okay,
I don't.
so you have
there's no
nothing to
reason,
support it. Is
There's
that
no reason,
basically it?
because I can't tell you. I can't show a picture of
Okay,
where
so
you live.
you're just
But
assuming.
If I
No,
bring
but
you
you
the
said
record,
that.
you will see how many places you've been living for the past 10 years.
Dr. Flore, if
Okay,
I
the
may.
place of location is not
Yes.
At issue. But let me just point out one thing.
Persons, yeah.
He said that the records show it. I don't know what records he's referring to. I challenge him to produce whatever records he is referring to because they do not
It's
exist.
public.
Okay.
Miss Joseph, it's public record. So
Okay.
we don't
And
have to-
I
we
know
don't have to
public
debate
record.
that.
Okay. You have
So you have
another.
nothing.
You have another 75 days because
Yeah.
today is June 15 and your election will be August 28.
28.
Yes.
Then for you guys to really provide the records requested to each other for the well-being of the constituents. We're moving to question 2, still within category of persons. State representative, one of your role will be to introduce and vote on bills that represent the interests of your constituents. Share one bill, state representative, that you introduce that prove that you are a person that view the interests of your constituents.
Well, the bills that I introduced, the last 2 sessions was not voted into law, but we have other appropriation projects that representatives actually is bound by law to do, is balance the budget, not pass a bill, not pass a law, but actually balance the budget. And in balancing the budget, we brought home $2 million for a private, well, it's not private, it's a nonprofit organization, and it's Model City CAC for economic development for Poinciana Industrial Park, and as well as a nonprofit group called Jesus Christ Archangels over in Liberty Square. These are the things that I'm reaching out to do to bring the dollars home. We brought money home for El Portal, North Miami. We also brought the village of what was that, Pembroke Park, all these neighborhoods within my district. We brought money home for those years that I've served, and that's why I'm so dumbfounded to figure out why do I have candidates at this time, when I think I've done an excellent job as a freshman representative bringing dollars home that's actually helping this community.
I'm sorry, may I just...
Excuse me, please. The question is still the same for you. As a matter of fact, Joseph Adrien Beauville, do you have any experience in introducing any bills? And if so, share how you're going to introduce your first bill once elected as a state representative for District 108.
First of all, before I answer you,
There's no rebuttal.
But we need to clarify something that you just mentioned.
We will give you the opportunity, but now we want the questions.
The
to be
village
answered.
of Pembroke Park, and I don't know where that is.
Okay.
In the district.
It's not in the district. It's in Broward County.
I would find the right name to it.
Oh, you'll find
But-
the right name. Okay.
But
All right,
at
that's
the end
fine.
of the day,
I just wanted to
what
make sure
is
that
fine-
it is in
what is
somewhere
fine
that I
is
didn't
that,
know. So okay.
I
That's
did the
fine.
job of a representative.
Okay.
Did you do it yet?
Okay, let
Oh,
me
no,
let
no,
me
not at all.
oh, as a matter of
Not
fact,
at all.
let me give you some ideas of some places that are part of District 108.
We should know that.
Oh, excuse me, please. Okay. You have Glade View. I believe that you are aware
Glade
of
View.
that. Golden Glades. Okay. And I want to see if you know some of others when other questions will come up.
Okay.
Yes. Then you mentioned Pembroke Park is not part of District 108.
Right.
Yes. Mr. Beauville, please. The question is, do you have any experience in introducing bills? If so, which will be the first bill that you will introduce once elected state representative District 108?
Let me tell you what I experienced. I'm experiencing right now the fact that there is someone who represents me in Tallahassee who doesn't present any bill to address the issues that we have. Of course, I'm not a state rep. How do I present a bill when where I'm not supposed to present a bill to where? So that is probably a question to someone who has already served Unfortunately, it's not my job. It's Mr. Hardeman is well placed to tell me how many bills that he already introduced to help us in the community.
If I
But
understand well, you will not introduce any bills.
of course, but now you ask me this two part of the question. If I have introduced any bill, no. The answer is no, because I'm not the state rep, and Mr. Hardeman has never invited me to go to Tallahassee at least to do some work. Maybe I would introduce something meaningful to help the community. But as soon as I go to Tallahassee, Dr. Flore, to answer your question, I intend to address the issues. For instance, the school. Our schools are really in bad shapes. For instance, you got Ben Franklin, you got Van E. Blanton, you got Gratney Elementary. Those schools, we need somebody to address those schools, the problems in those schools, so that we can have better schools in our community. We need to address issues, for instance, when it
I
comes
heard that you went over your time. I'm sorry. Thank you. The students are doing an excellent job. Now, candidate Doti Joseph, the same questions.
Thank you
As-
for the question.
Yes. State representative introduces and vote on bills that represent the interests of their constituents. Share one bill that you plan to introduce to prove that you care about the interests of your constituents.
Sure. There are several bills that I'd like to work on in consultation with some colleagues that I have that are already in the House and in the Senate, as well as some that are seeking office now. Some of those include bills to address sea level rise and saltwater intrusion. In addition to that, I want to introduce legislation to expand Medicare and Medicaid because that's something that's ravaging our community. And the current Republican governor has not elected to do so, and those federal funds are available. Same thing with affordable housing. There are funds that are available that can be allocated to the community. I want to pursue those funds and make sure that the trust fund is not just swept and gone elsewhere. I want to deal with legislation to address safe streets and gun laws, as well as make education more equitable in terms of what monies goes to public schools and charter schools and what the requirements are, whether we're talking about anti-discrimination requirements or teacher licensing. That being said, I'm going to tell you that the funds, the $2 million that was referred to for the Poinciana project, did not go to the district. That's actually in the district right next door to ours, so it didn't come back home necessarily. And that $2 million is actually going to go to, well, I'm not going to get into what it's going to go to, but it's not coming home. I've already have experience with legislation, both at the federal level, state level, and even at the local level. At the City of North Miami Beach, I was integral in helping legislation come forward that would stop citing our young people for criminal convictions as opposed to a different kind of civil citation program. In addition to that, we had a plastic ban in the City of North Miami Beach that I participated in drafting. In addition to that, we have legislation that went to several state legislatures condemning the Dominican Republic's denationalization of Haitian citizens. And that was done in conjunction with the Haitian Lawyers Association locally, as well as in New York and New Jersey.
For a second.
And that's it. Thank you.
Okay. And the last question that's going to come before our first musical break. And also this entire interview is brought to you by Radio TV with Dr. Flore, Data Institute of Technology, that is already one of our sponsors in the show. And I believe Dr. Roman Joseph Sergo, that is a regular sponsor of our show. The last question, we think the person that you're going to be, start with you, future Representative Beauville, is equality. Then state representative elected, they are elected for 2 years. How important is equality for you in distribution of funds and education and bills that you do that serve the different areas of your district?
It's very important because when I see right now what we're going through in the district, we are disenfranchised, and our representative right now doesn't do anything to address any issue. For instance, to bring jobs, to make sure that we have good jobs in the community so that everybody can get their fair share. The budget in Tallahassee, it's like there's the budget, but there's nothing for District 108. So we want our fair share of the budget, and that's equality to me. And when you're talking about the minority group, for instance, you have so many Haitians right now in the community who can't claim anything as theirs, even their house. They are most of them are in foreclosure. Why? Because they don't have a good job. They don't have anybody to help them. So I intend to bring the fair share of the budget so that we can address the housing problems that we have. Because for too long now, we are not represented, and it's about time that we change that. And you heard a while ago that Mr. Hardeman said that he will bring $2 million to the district. And Ms. Joseph, you're right. I don't think that it's in a district. It's somewhere else. Poinciana Park, I'm not sure that he did anything for the past year and a half to address any of our issues that we can really point at. For instance, women, their right to get their fair, equal pay, I would say. It's not addressed. So I intend to address all these issues because they are important to me. And again, it's about time that we make a change. I know the last time Mr. Hardeman got it passed, but now we want to get things right and we want the district back.
Okay, to keep a balance, state representative, equality. Your name was mentioned by Joseph Beauville as a representative who served for the past 2 years. What have you done to equally distribute the funds, the services, and the bills that you have passed?
See, when you actually win, the way I did, I feel like crying right now because, Mr. Joseph almost filed immediately after I won the last time. He never came to say, hey, look, what can I do to be a part of society? But instead, he sat on the side like a sniper waiting to shoot me in the head. Instead of coming to help his community, he sat back and said, well, I'm just going to wait 2 years, then I'm going to try it again. Versus like I did all the years I've been running, I've always stayed engaged with all communities. And whether you in District 108, 109, 100, I'm there to help the people. I'm not here to try to play cat and mouse game. And when you try to deal with, it's not what you know, it's who you know. When you're bringing things home to your community, and then you be attacked for actually helping the state of Florida as well as your district. I know the things I've done, and I'm not going to debate it all right here and right now. But trust and believe me, when the time comes, when we start talking about the real deals, about how you help your community, it'll come out. So I'm good.
That will be the last for that session before we go to break. Candidate Doti Joseph, elected as it will be for 2 years. Tell us how you will bring equality as an elected official.
Okay, I never thought I would do this, but I'm going to defend Representative Hardman for a hot second and just say that he did bring some funds back to the community, contrary to what candidate Beauville said. He brought some funds back to Liberty City, and Liberty City is part of the district, but there are many other cities that are part of the district. There are many other unincorporated areas that are part of the district, and I know a lot of those people, and they don't feel represented. They feel disenfranchised, and while he may have won, he did win with only 21% of the vote, and the next two top vote getters were 20% of the vote. So he won by a very low margin, but the point is that's why we have a democracy. That's why we have an election now, for the people to decide who they want to represent them. And what we're doing is we're presenting alternatives. What I want to do in terms of equality, each area of the district has different needs. If you rank what's the priority here versus there, it's going to be different. On the east side, it's probably going to be more environmental issues. On the different parts of the west side, it might be crime. On other areas, it might be something else. And the beauty of my candidacy is that I understand and appreciate all of those communities in a very intimate way because I've lived in just about every area of the district, even though somebody has issue with my residency.
Okay, that is calling for the first break. Guys, you have water. For all of you around the world, you can send some comments on Facebook. Your questions, you will have the possibility for us to take 1 or 2 questions live.
C'est Ernst Fijak, c'est 99% de la communauté qu'on aime déjà. Moi, travaille dans le domaine assurance. Je ne peux pas dire tout l'autre petit bail que je fais ce côté, mais je connais comme un expert dans le domaine assurance, et spécialement pour les gens qui ont Medicare, que nous avons les programmes Medicare Advantage. Là où besoin, prendre décision, songer ou besoin expert. Ou besoin de gens qui sont capables d'aider pour prendre décision. Parce que ça qu'on arrivait, que nous prenons décision, mais nous pas aller côté monde qui gagne information. pour aider nous. Les bon, le m'a prend décision basée sur information. Et ça que fait nous dire information, c'est pouvoir. So, si qu'on y a presque gain l'âge pour ta vie prendre retraite, connaît que ou capable relève et travail moins, c'est bon information sans que me pas cacher rien, sans que me pas essayer brosser bagay là pour ta capable venir acheter. Travail pam son travail information et dans micro ça, c'est ça me le fait là.
Basically, nous connaissons nous-mêmes de venir dans l'Institut of Technology, tout ça qui gagne à travers computer, c'est nous-mêmes. Ou même qui t'a aimé venir changer la vie, ou même qui t'a aimé pour l'éducation, même qui t'a aimé que pendant la mi-temps ça que nous allons arriver là pour gagner une formation qui est vraiment adéquate, venez joindre nous dans l'Institut of Technology. Relez-nous dans 305 671 36 66.
Parce que c'est un très bon produit qui va travailler en l'espace de 2 semaines. On voit une grande différence dans le coût pour raffermir. On a fait des études et on a vu que spécifiquement, les cellules souches d'Edelweiss, ça raffermit tout autour du cou et la peau
Et c'est
reformée.
pas de botox, ce ne sont pas
Pas
des
de
choses
botox.
chimiques, etc.
Non.
You're watching a very special show with Maya Hippolyte, number one and well-known Haitian biologist. And she needs to be contacted. Where can people get in touch with you?
It's very easy
Yes.
on my website,
Yes.
morganasalchemy.com, or you can write to me from the website info@morganasalchemy.com. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we are on Pinterest, just about everywhere. Very
Social.
easy to find us.
Yes.
I'm Dr. Flore Lindor-Latortue. I'm a professional business consultant and a radio host. Our services range from advertising, marketing, hosting, and event planning. Call me right now, 786-521-7321. Nous vous offrons des services en français, en anglais, en espagnol et en créole. Relez-moi en 786-521-7321. Votre mariage, des activités sociales, débats, commentaires, ça c'est nous. 786-521-7321.